Man, probably a fun fact on me is that I like to read. Like I like to read. That's a lost art nowadays. Oh, my great uncle is Jesse Owens. He won 4 gold medals in 1936.
I always want to leave people with this, man, to all the viewers and everybody out there, man. Make sure you guys finish your story. Make sure you guys finish your journey because somebody's going to need it.
Yeah. All you gotta do is push the back button. That's all you gotta do. Push the back signal.
Try not to think about the future too much, so you can maximize the now.
Who's your favorite rap artist?
Man, to be honest, it's crazy. Tupac always been my number one, right? Like he got me through so much stuff, but Lil Wayne has been in the modern day.
I said, what does it really take? What does it really take to be great, Drew? And he looked at me and he was like, you really want to know? And he was like, to be honest, everything you did to get here, you need to be consistent times 10.
What's up? What's up? What's up? Welcome to the Chickadee Chop Up. It's your boy, Coach Lee, up in here, man. Appreciate y'all hanging out with us tonight. Taco Tuesday up in this bad boy. Let's get the crew up in here to get it live and direct. Coming in with that hot fire, hot fire, hot fire. Well, man, Two, what's happening, player?
Chop up show. What's going on, man? Also, Taco Tuesday. Thanks for bringing me on, man. Love to be with my brothers, each and every day, man. Shout out to you guys. Ready to rock and roll tonight, man. Definitely. Hope everybody else is too. Hope everybody's getting to and having a great day as well. But before we move on, though, been liking the trio thing, man. You know what I'm saying? Been rolling dice, man. 4, 5, 6 all around. Got to bring in 6, though. Can't have the 4 and 5. That don't match. You know what I'm saying? My guy Willie in the building.
What's good, people, man? We here. Chopping on them, man. It's one of those days. Let's have some fun. Let's enjoy this.
I want to give an early shout out.
I just figured out my topic too. My fault.
Shout out to Unc and Rod. You know what I'm saying? Throwing their earlier segment, man.
Yes, sir.
You know
Brought the heat today.
Hot topic. You know what I'm saying? Question there, throwing out. When I seen it, it was kind of like I didn't see them that they was actually live. I just seen like the little emblem they made for the show. But I was able to, comment, saying shout out to them, man. I hope that's a weekly thing, man. Tune in, man.
Absolutely is.
Ain't doing that. So hope everybody, how was y'all day today?
Man, I had my sleep study last night. That was chill. Slept in a random ass room, but it was cool. And they had me hooked up with so many wires, man. I'm good though. I'm good.
God bless you all, man.
Yeah. Came home and knocked out for real though. Like I was kind of asleep there, but I came home and knocked. Like, now I'm in my actual bed. Let's do this real sleep thing.
So this your first time having a sleep study?
Yeah. Well, the first time having one because they gave me a take home one where they hook you up and you got to put the thing on your finger and then put the things on all over you. But that was the first one that I had where I had to go to the spot there and stay there for the night.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're gonna enjoy it, man. Like I said, I'm on my second one.
Yeah, CPAP.
Get
Yeah,
some
man.
good sleep.
That's
Get
what
some
I'm
good
talking about,
sleep.
man. And sleep deprivation, man, it make you feel foggy, like you feel
Right,
out
definitely.
of place,
I mean,
man. Like
I'm still, you know, at times dealing with the effects of it, but I a couple years ago, you know what I'm saying, dealt with some things in regards to that. So I actually had some studies myself too, and you know, every now and again, man, I tell myself, man, like, hey man, it's something that I may have to, you know what I'm saying, keep up with, and you know, do a sleep study every now and again, you know what I'm saying, when I can. You know what I'm
you
saying?
lost weight though over the years, last couple of years. You lost weight, so that helped you out.
It helped you out a lot.
That definitely helped.
That's definitely what helped you out, man.
Right, so yeah, man, just trying not to, you know, see where being a cook too is not.
Every now and again, you know what I'm saying, when I can.
Yeah, I'm hearing the feedback, man. Who's playing this?
Last couple of years, you lost weight, so that helped you out. It helped you out a lot.
That's weird.
That definitely helped. That's definitely what helped you out, man.
What's going on?
Right, so
I have no idea where that's coming from.
Oh, that's funny.
you know,
But yeah, man, a lot of people don't realize
maybe
that's where Reggie White passed from.
Who?
Reggie White.
Yeah, exactly. It's crazy. A lot of people.
I think when it happened to him, it's kind of what put it in the public eye because a lot of people want to
people got
worry
a lot
with
more
it.
serious about it.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
People don't realize that people just go. A lot of people live day by day. You know what I'm saying? Some people live like that. You know, not sleeping like that. You know what I'm saying? And many things can happen besides you not getting sleep. You know what I'm saying? And that's the crazy thing too. You know what I'm saying? You mentioned, you know what I'm saying, weight and, you know, other things contribute to that. So as you get older, you know, crack on things that you ain't cracked on in terms of, you know, health and wealth. You know what I'm saying? And fitness and all that stuff. And keep yourself fit. Definitely.
Yeah, I gotta walk some more. I gotta walk to work more. I only work a mile away. I need to walk to work more.
Definitely walk, man. Walking, I love walking. You know, people say, "Oh, you know what I'm saying, you don't got a car." I love travel. I love walking. I like getting my calories in daily. I love to do that. You know what I'm saying? It makes me feel, you know, complete at the end of the day. You know what I'm saying? I can only imagine.
I don't mind walking. I just got bad knees from killing all y'all on ball them years.
I still
crossing folks over, man.
Still working, man. I'm fast walking like I used to be fast on the court, but you know that's weird. But I try to do that. As much as I do things that I do, I try to walk. You know what I'm saying? Always try to keep that in mind to, you know, walk and get a few miles in.
Bad.
Speaking of that, I'm gonna have to walk tonight.
But man, you know, it's a chop up where we talk about anything and everything. So I got a little bit of a serious topic. So I guess I started out for us and I'm gonna pop this thing off.
Yes,
so I was looking at an article, what's today? Tuesday? It had to be Sunday. In reference to how things are changing with the Western society. You know, back, you know, at one point in time, your parents raised you. You get 18, you leave the house. Now it's gearing more towards like things are on the other side of the pond where kids are staying home with their parents until they're pretty much ready to leave. Some never leave. You know, they 30, 40 years old and they, you know, and they stay at home, and how that's changed is more socially norm now. So I want to take a look at a three-part perspective of it. Okay. One, what do you think changed it? What? Who is that?
I can't hurt your cardio.
What's up, Frank? What's up, Frankie?
I can't hurt your cardio.
How's the Frank, man? Y'all gonna catch me. Speaking of Frank, man, y'all catch me next Thursday, man. Street Therapy, you know, 617. Subscribe. You know what I'm saying, on YouTube. You know what I'm saying, follow on Instagram. Shout out to my man Frankie. I was supposed to meet up with him a few Thursdays to go do some things, but I fell into a few things I had to do. But you know, we're gonna get that cracking next Thursday, man. So you know, be tuned, be there, man. Appreciate you coming through, man. But yeah, sex is cardio for real, man. Try to get as much of that as you can, man.
It'll kill you. If you ain't healthy enough, it'll kill you, yeah.
Real.
I mean, you die happy, but it'll kill you.
Yeah, coach, man. So your question. First, you asked why may it be like that now and things like that. And I feel like it's just becoming because not even because people are becoming more humble. It's just more the situation. You know what I'm saying? It's more the freestyle world that's going on right now. If you can follow with me, continue to follow. You know, when we was growing up, you know, that was the thing, man. You know, to get out the crib, you know, and also our parents was probably trying to keep us out the crib. You know what I'm saying? If they wasn't, shout out to you. You know what I'm saying? Because that's, you know, to me, kind of, you know, if you can stay with your parents at the crib and help out and all that, do it. You know what I'm saying? And contribute, be a family man and all that, you know? And sometimes people get dogged on for staying home with their parents too long. I just think the problem now in society is, you know what I'm saying, it's everybody's racing for that next new job, that next new position now, where it's wide open.
Money ain't good money.
Money ain't good money, exactly. Like back in the day, it was like, oh snap, you're in this profession, you're gonna work in this profession, and nobody else can touch you in that profession. Nowadays, in a lot of jobs, it's like, you know, somebody that got the resume of a Cheetos bag can go get your job.
Yeah, that's true.
I think the other part is just monetarily, man. It's a lot less feasible to be able to go out there on your own. Like,
yes,
rent
alone is
they've done the math, man. Even if you make, I think if you make like 30,000 a year, which is teacher's salary, 30,000 or under, which is a big portion of our population, that doesn't equate to enough to be able to pay for the average room and board, so or apartment and stuff like that. So yeah, it's the levels is all effed up, man. Like there's not enough money to be made to pay for the average cost of living. Now, of course, you can go out there, you can hustle hard, you can come up with your own business and do all sorts of things. We are in America, so you can persevere, but just on an average, like not everybody can do that. In theory, every individual could go do it, but we couldn't all do it at once is the point. And because there's got to be buyers, there's got to be sellers, you know. But yeah, like it's a difficult situation, honestly. Let's see what Jamie weighing it on. Why not live with your parents when you're a single person until you're financially stable enough to buy a house? Yeah, life is expensive. If you're taking care of your mess, helping around the house, they have room and you're being respectful, why the hell not? Yeah, no, I agree. Most of that is because of stigma, though. I mean, that's
you gotta be rooted in that type of stuff too, man. You know what I'm saying? Like some people can deal with that. Shout out to the people that can do all that. There's some people that can't. You know what I'm saying? It goes back to what I said in the beginning, man. People feeling like, oh, when I'm grown, I'm just gonna leave out the house, and you know, then you're not taught nothing at the crib. So when you go out, you're just like,
yeah,
you know,
it gotta be what your home luncheon pad is like you say.
Exactly.
You know, it can be hell at home. Your only solitude may be out on your own.
Out on your own, right? And then you're getting that, and then it's crazy because you mentioned rent. Rent is crazy. We're here in Massachusetts, man. You know what I'm saying? Average rental rates is $2,200.
Yeah, you know I'm looking at. I'm like, damn,
that's wild. You know what I'm saying?
And the efficiency apartment.
That's a beautiful
$1,239.
That's all a beautiful sentiment. That's all. Yeah, it's all a beautiful sentiment too. Until you try to bring a lady home, then and you live
right, exactly. The things like that, ladies, friends. You know what I'm saying? Your freedom. You know what I'm saying? You paying bills and stuff like that, and then your parents are like, well, this is my house. You know what I'm saying? And sometimes it happens like that. You know, there's a million things that can go on, but to what Coach actually is stating is that, you know, is it okay to be at home with your parents, you know, or is it not? And that's a question I hear sometimes too, a lot, especially on Facebook, you know what I'm saying? Shout out to my cousin, man. My cousin talks about it all the time, like why people in this world thinking they can go out and live by themselves, you know what I'm saying, and not cherish, you know, the time that you have at your parents' house if they give you that.
Yeah.
And I always try to think of that. Like, I wish I could have stayed, you know, say with my aunt, you know, and had a crib and been able to do that. And not even just to save money and all that, just to have that, you know, what I had when I was younger. That didn't have to go because I turned 18 and I had to leave out the crib. You know what I'm saying? For anybody's case, anything that happens, you know what I'm saying? So if you're in a good situation with your family, you know what I'm saying? Why not? But I can understand why you would want to leave out. You got to look at the things that's going on now. A lot of people are rooming with people, you know what I'm saying, just to make a living.
Especially like in California, you got to.
Right.
California, they're promoting homelessness. Like they're like, God, go out and live in the tents.
Like it's like, okay, I'm an actor. I gotta go stay with a rapper. Okay, hey, I gotta make it live in California. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm an artist. I gotta go live with a teacher. You know what I'm saying? It's like that's life of roommates, but California's the tip of it for real. If my kids are respectful and to save up their money, have a job, they can stay with me until they start their own family. Absolutely, and that's how it should be. I respect that, Jamie, to the fullest.
That's exactly what I told my kids. You know, my kids are 28, 25, and 23. I got one left at home. But we always told them, you know, you can stay home as long as you can, as long as you want to. But you got to do a couple of things. Yeah. You got to be respectful of the house. You got to, if you consuming, you got to put in.
Contribute, yep.
Got to contribute. Now, obviously, it was at a significant discounted rate. But I can't be seeing, you know what I'm saying? You telling me, well, I can't do this and I can't do that, but I'm seeing UPS and Amazon pulling up at the house all the time. Can't have that. And
yeah, that's tough.
If you're over here,
you also got to make sure that you you help out around the house, man. I'm not going to clean up behind no grown ass people.
Definitely not. Definitely not. No grown ass people. Definitely not. That's a no, man. I always try to think about that. Like people at my job, and it's crazy now because recently, you know, kids have been asking me this. 2, 3 kids have asked me this. They asked me, do I have OCD?
Kids?
OCD?
I mean, man, look, kids know it all. Look, the internet, we didn't have it growing up, and they got it everything.
That's true.
The things that these kids talk about nowadays, I'm saying, like, and it's out and open, but yeah, and I'm like, nah, I don't. I said, but in order for me to feel like I'm doing my job, I have to remain moving. You know, it's kind of a thing like while you're on the clock, you're working. You know what I'm saying? So if I can clean this thing up to make up for time where it's time to close up everything, I'm going to do it.
Prepping the clothes.
Right. Prepping the clothes. That's what people don't realize when you work in the kitchen. Like, you know, we're probably like the last people out. You know, some places you're the last people out. And you got to clean, you got to do all that. Picture imagine working in one of these restaurants, you know what I'm saying? These food chain restaurants, you know, where you got to stay to 11:30, 12 o'clock, and then you still got to clean. And then you most likely got to come in the next day, like for $18, $19. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So it definitely, you know, any job, no matter what it is, you know what I'm saying? Always trying to prep up for, you know, the closing, you know what I'm saying? Make it easy on everybody.
So one thing that I did see, I was looking at a map as far as the percent of young adults still living with their parents, and they broke it down throughout the U.S. And it looks like, obviously for economical reasons, California, Florida, and New York. Most of the people there, they're like 34 and a half or older.
Yeah, that makes sense.
This is true. When I was in Jersey, it happened a lot like that too. You know, though kids would be crazy in Jersey, they're still living with their parents. You know what I'm saying? Their parents still let them in. You know, you may be a convicted felon or whatever the case is. Your parents still let you in. You know what I'm saying? Like, this is definitely a mixed bag. You know what I'm saying? Certain situations, you're like, oh, well, you know, looks like, you know, and then it's like, well, I want to be alone. And in certain cases, it's like, I want to be home, but the parents are like, no, once you're 18, you're getting out of my house. Like, you know, and then, like you said, man, be respectful in the bills thing, you know what I'm saying? Like, over 18, man, you should be putting in some stability, well, if you can find a job, you should be able to find a job, you know, and then pay bills. Like, you know, now in this society, you know what I'm saying, and always been in some parts in the hood, you know what I'm saying? Your parents got you, you know, taking a couple dollars out your paycheck when you turn 13, 14, get that red shirt job, you know what I'm saying? Throwing them change and stuff like that. So, you know, ultimately, it is. In this world, man, it's going to get tougher. You know what I'm saying? Rent's going to go up.
I want me a mini house.
Things going to be built.
That's it right there, Will.
Mini house, right?
Yeah, either mini house or
get you some land.
Time earlier about van life.
Right here, yes.
Right here. Not bad. Pooper scooper life. That's what I call it. You know what I'm saying?
We got the whole language family up in here. I love this.
Hey,
Shout out to the Lewis family, man. Shout out to y'all, man. Y'all are great viewers. Y'all great family members. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
So
part of our family too. I love this.
We're part of our family, man. We all family here. So shout out to that, man. Like I said, rent's gonna go up. These nice places. Everybody's like, oh, on the internet, like, oh snap, well, this thing's opening. Oh snap, yeah, this is nice. This is nice. And then you look at anything that's going up in terms of what you're paying, and you're like, damn. But guess what? What's coming around you cost.
Right.
It costs for the sports books. It costs for the big condominiums. It costs. You know what I'm saying? Everything has a price for the $1 million man.
In the same vein, like right now, I got my own apartment right here. I got my own spot. Actually, next door, my mother got her own spot. So we have our own spots. There's 2 spots upstairs, 2 separate apartments upstairs that we want to switch to, but the landlord, he want to gut them and raise the rent.
Right. I mean, not as he should, but as any landlord.
Yeah, but it's crazy because this is like, all right, well, then we might as well just stay down here for as long as we can with the cheaper rent.
Yeah.
But like it's a whole crazy thing, man. Like everybody trying to raise rent, he's even raised all. He's allowed to raise all, and he has already. But man, it's tough out here, man. They keep raising everything.
Upstairs and where you're at currently.
One of them has a little more space, and it's set up different, and my mother likes it. And yeah, I me personally, I don't mind. So, but the way my apartment and my mother's are is that they're connected still. Okay. It's supposed to be one big apartment, but they split it in 2. So the same thing is upstairs, but there's more space. So he want to. Eggs got me pulling out.
I'll feel you on that here.
Got 5 eggs for $2. You know what I'm saying? That's what people, I got 5 eggs for $7. Like that's what they doing nowadays, man.
What's that? Inflation. Remember that Cat Williams bit? He was like, "You ain't supposed to be at the gas tank, at the gas station, worry about life, making life decisions." He was like, "Did I eat today?" Like,
yeah, it's get to that point, man.
You get to that point, you're looking at that gas tank, you're like, you're looking at the gallons, you're like,
yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Especially if that's what you do for a living, you drive like, yeet.
Absolutely.
Taking that
crazy.
Indeed.
And it's weird because, as mentioned, everything, rent's going up, cost of living in general is going up, but you're really not hearing anything about salaries going up.
No, hell no.
And I don't understand, how do they expect somebody to make a living wage when, because all they're going to do is they're going to give people raises and they're going to raise the price on the goods and everything. So you're still going to be in the same freaking spot that you're in.
That's why everybody was shocked when after COVID dropped and nobody wanted to go back to work because the unemployment was giving them more than they were making at their job.
Correct. That is factual.
Hey sis, what you doing, big head?
What's going on with you?
So the second part of the question is, I think two had mentioned it about the social stigma to it. In regards to that, do you see it as a trend that's gonna be there? Because I kind of think it was probably like that at one point in time on the Western side, but then as cities began to expand, right after probably after World War II. People started, you got the automobile industry took off. You got, the factories, the mills, and things like this. So everybody started moving from the rural to the urban areas. So that kind of happened with that, where they left the mom and pops behind. So now that it's kind of a social norm, as we already identified, do you think that trend is going to trend to that, or you think it'll go back to where people, I'm 18, I'm out?
No, I think this younger group of people, this younger generation is less bothered by it. Both, like I think the stigma isn't bothering them as much. So I think more and more people are gonna stay at home with the parents for a little longer. I think you ride through places like Cali and you see miles and miles of tents outside. It'll put things into perspective for you.
Yeah, I'd rather be at the house.
Yeah. It's cool. Because I can explain that to Shorty, but I can't explain a tent to shorty.
So again, man, not an ounce to grow. And like you said, man, we in Massachusetts, man, and it's touching at a high end. You know what I'm saying? It's a situation that's been brought up more and more and more as years go by. And yeah, man, kids to stay home, man, and more to the young kids in this generation, man, that they're not a lot more successful young kids, but majority of them ain't got the head screwed. And then you go to the parents now, especially in the middle class, you know. So you go middle class, you know what I'm saying? You have potentially, you know, you might have to have your kid in the house potentially, you know, as that rent goes up, depending on what you're doing for work. If salaries don't move up, salaries don't boost up, you know, and salaries do boost up a bit, but the rent boosts up like this. So if you're getting a 15, 20 cent raise, what would be nice? A 50 cent raise. That rent's going up.
Right.
Hundreds of dollars.
Don't eat that little change up.
You're not getting a pay raise of $1 or a couple dollars. You're not getting that. And then in that case, you're not making no sense. So the world's always going to be up on you. You know what I'm saying?
Keeping us in debt, constantly keeping us in debt.
Right. Cost, definitely. Definitely the cost of getting us in debt.
This is a great statement right here. Inflation has people gardening and having greenhouses more. I don't like conspiracy theories, but I feel this is the government pushing a go green movement more and more. Absolutely. It's still in some urban areas, it's still illegal to collect rainwater.
Mm-hmm.
Why?
Because they don't want you doing it. They don't want you doing it.
They want you dependent on them.
You can't grow tobacco. You can't there's a bunch of things you can't do. I can't grow all the weed I want. Like it sounds funny, but it's like it all plays into it.
I only can grow this much. Hold on, I can only grow this much.
Yeah. They put caps on everything. It's wild.
It's like they want to be controlling everything, and it's I don't think it's a conspiracy theory. It's factual now.
It's just how government works, and it's the natural end game of capitalism. It's where it was always going from the beginning. And
where it was always going, but it's slowly coming and it's fastly coming now. You know what I'm saying?
It got sped up in 2020.
It got sped up in 2020 for real, all that stuff, man. Because back in 2014, when those people were coming to your doors and you're picturing how they getting paid for this type of job. Maybe I want a job like this, you know, because the way they talk salary is like you making a lot to go to a door, knock, and say, hey, do you want solar? You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, man, I believe with that going, and that as well going in, and you getting to that point makes everything more expensive. Yep. It makes everything more expensive, like with everlasting gold stopper. You know what I'm saying?
Yes. Oh, y'all preppers?
Man, I'm too broke to be a prepper. Nah. I try to keep some stuff around. You never really know what's gonna happen, but
you gotta keep some
the worse it goes, the more
I
want to do it, the more I want to have a whole basement filled with it. But I mean, you never.
I'm be real, man.
Oh wow.
Makes me a little sad, man. Makes me a little sad. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to Mom Dukes, man. You go in that crib, and there'll be times where I laugh and like, damn, man, Mom, why you got all these canned goods, Mom? But then I realized, man, it's good to have those food drives every month as I do that every Saturday, you know, on my job. And, you know, have that food that where you're like, you know, I have nothing, you know, sometimes, you know, in my fridge. I got this stuff. You know what I'm saying? I got a bag at work about to take home with me tomorrow of canned goods and fruits and vegetables and things that, you know, you potentially can use, man. And people look at that stuff, you know, when you think you're balling and stuff and you're like, you know, you don't need this. But that ultimately can get you to save more and more and have more in your plate in terms of the leverage in the bag and all that. You know what I'm saying? Hey, you know, coming back out here on this side of the state, you know what I'm saying, has definitely humbled me, as I always knew it would. And, you know, it's good to do things that, you know, things like, you know, serving 200 families every weekend, you know what I'm saying, for food that you just got to sign up for, you know what I'm saying? You don't got to pay for it. It's lovely.
Right. Harry the OG Barry, he says, I get why they're trying so hard to leave Earth and Avatar. Cost us to pick up and leave. Hey, pay attention, man. They keep doing all these, trying to get to Mars. I've been seeing stuff on Venus, testing these atmospheres and stuff. It ain't because they just curious. It been bounce.
Yeah.
Right.
Have fun with Earth, y'all. We out.
They
Hey,
gonna.
yo, hey, can we bounce with y'all? Let me
Nope.
It's gonna be for the
Billionaire trip only.
yeah.
The essential.
Yeah. It's gonna be like some District 9 shit down here.
100%. 100%.
Hollywood be telling you, man.
What's all up, do? They won't give you the exact blueprint, but they'll tell you how it's gonna go.
And it's that's why I say, man, you gotta learn how to farm, you gotta learn how to hunt, you gotta learn how to do whatever you can to try to survive if the bottom falls out of it. And luckily for me and my situation, my pops is country. He didn't move to the city till he's like 16, 17.
So he already knew.
So we grew up raising our own protein, and it was all going to the lake, catching your fish and things like that. So that part of me is still there. I don't do it as much as I did as when I was a kid, but the older I get, the more I want to get back into it. And it's gonna have to happen, man, because one thing I don't want to do is find out what I don't know when I need it.
Right, definitely. Yeah. And I respect that. I respect that too, man. Coming from people like, I'm here in New England, didn't have to live, and grow fruits and stuff like that. But just looking at that is like, when I hear people nowadays like, yeah, do that, invest in that, it's like, damn, I wish I lived growing up like that, So I got that humbleness early, Nothing comes easy, man. It comes with hard dedication and work, man. If you want that good stuff, man, you're going to be out there, giving it your all, And for parents to, be able to teach youngins, at a young age, that, and hopefully you take it, and when you grow up, you go back to those things. And so, hey, go back to it. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna have to start doing that. It's like you said, as you get older, man, you think you go back to old stuff, and your mind gets wiser. You know what I'm saying? You start thinking better. And more alone time.
You prepare more. You lose that mentality of, well, if I use it today, it'll be replenished tomorrow. Right. No, at some point in time, you're gonna reach back in that bag, and it's not gonna be there.
Nah, the well will go dry if you don't. I mean, you gotta.
Yep.
You gotta figure that out. And it's crazy, man. You gotta shoot. You should definitely be fishing and growing more if you can, just because you got the skill. If the world ended tomorrow, you'd have that skill for you, but not a lot of younger generation like mine and under, they don't have those skills, man. They don't have those survival skills like that. Like they've been brought fishing once or twice, but they don't know how to.
It's not their thing.
A lot of. I mean, especially up in the East Coast, I would say. I can't speak for the rest of the country. I just know. Right. I know my group up here. Some do. Some know how to fish and know how to do the whole thing, but not everybody, man. It's not as many that should. Not as many that's going to need to when the rubber hits the road.
Yep, the rubber hits the road, man. You better learn what to do because they not have nobody to help you.
I don't think, I talked to a friend of mine the other night. I ain't gonna say his name because I don't want nobody knocking on his door. But he's ex-military. He's a prepper. And we were just catching up because I hadn't talked to him in a few. And he was like, yeah, we just got done canning some food. I'm like, canning food? He's like, yeah. He started naming all this stuff. I was like, damn. Every time he said it, like, damn. I mean, I can only imagine his house is just full of food, stuff that they cooked, prepared, but they canned it themselves.
Wall-to-wall cans.
Wall-to-wall cans, man. And I'm like, because he wants to get off the grid completely. He's that type of person.
Okay, he's trying to, yeah. He want to unplug.
Yeah, he want to extremely unplug. I'm like, he's only on social media every now and then. It's more really. It's mainly he'll shoot me a message and catch up video call or something like that. But for the most part, works take care of his family. and try to stay off the grid completely.
Yeah, that's wild. That's wild. It's a wild life.
Definitely wildlife, man. Hey,
It's not
man.
for the meek.
No. Not for a good portion of this generation either.
So it says also, what it say? Also, when
Put
companies do
that
give a
back up there.
raise,
Shout out to Jake, man. Put that back up there for the viewers, man.
whether it's cents or dollars, they hire less people. True, causing the workload for current employees to go up. Facts.
Yep.
Making turnover rates go down. Turn 8-hour work days into 10-hour days, burning people out. Man, you are absolutely correct, man. Absolutely correct. And I hate that I waited till I got damn near 50 years old before I figured it out. All I remember is, for me, it was always like either go to the military, go to work, go to college. And then you just try to get that job, get that promotion, so you can acquire more things.
Mm-hmm.
So you can keep up with the Joneses. That type of stuff.
Joneses, the things, the material is
like,
not worth it.
Now that part of me, that part of left out of me in my early 30s, just trying to keep up with people. You know, I have friends that live in affluent areas in the city. And they was always like, hey, you need to move here. And I'm like, well, first of all, I don't feel welcome up there. Secondly, why would I move up there and I get the same house on this side of town, damn near 200 grand less? That don't make any sense.
Yeah.
So like now I'm all about the simple things. For me, like even something as simple as clothes. The only way I'm going to, if I get anything, is if my wife buys it, or she's like, "Hey man, them shoes sure look bad."
You gotta move on, man. You gotta. It's like they nice, but you gotta take them off sometimes, man.
Yeah, I got some shoes now. They all talking, man. I just want to throw them away because I'm like, well, I use for the yard.
Yeah.
I get my old man on, man. So you know, she keeps me grounded in aspects of that, and you know, she like sometimes you gotta get yourself something as far as if you're using it every day, make sure you got something you can use. But just chasing that dollar, man, and especially, you know, we started off this segment talking about kids staying home more and more. I want to make sure that if my kids do have to come home because if something happened, not because they was out there bullcorning, I'm in a position to either A, help them financially, or B, the door is open for you and we're gonna make it collectively. But I can't do that when I'm trying to buy the latest and greatest Tesla or trying to get the biggest TV I can find. I can't do it when I'm doing stuff like that.
Oh man, invest and save, man. Best thing, like you said, man. You know, you can't be spending all this money on yourself, and you know, and then when it's time to help, you know, people that need help, family members that need help, things that, and they like, damn, man. I got these sneakers I can't even bring back now. 30 days already expired on them. No, I got 40 million of those sneakers. I can't bring those back either. I can try to resell them, but
I got some J. I got like 3 or 4 pair of J's. They are from the original release.
Relics.
The original release, man.
Relics. If you kept them clean, it worth something.
Like some of them probably had to get repaired because I don't wear them all the time, so they got rotted and stuff like that. So I know people do shoe revisions and stuff like that. But
yeah, man, get those shoe revisions, man. Wear them for yourself, man. So I was like, oh snap, where you get those from? Man, I had these in 1997.
The glue don't pull it away from the soles. I don't have them so long.
Real talk.
But yeah, man, it's just got to look at things different. You know, and say again, you know, I try to make sure that all my kids were set up for success. You know, the one advantage that I wanted them to have that I didn't have is I graduated. I messed around. I graduated when I was 17. I didn't go to college until I was 19. And for 2 years, I say probably about a year and a half, I just effed around. You know, I partied on weekends. Any money I got, I blew. Just doing, you know, stuff that we do. but I want to make sure that, you know, for me, I had to figure some things out. But once I left when I was 19, my parents dropped me off. I think after that, they came and picked me up after my first semester. They took me back down my second semester. Then after that, my parents didn't I think they came back down there when my second daughter was born, and then after that, when I graduated. Because I always made sure, either I didn't come home or I got myself home, and I always made sure that I didn't have to call home. You know, it was some tough times.
Oh yeah,
when I had to make some decisions. Either I want to have some entertainment or I want some food. So I was still figuring things out. So I always had this mentality. If I open my refrigerator, well, if I just get drunk, I ain't got to worry about how hungry I am.
That's the reality of it, though.
Hey,
That's what I had to do, man.
That's one move. I'd have been there.
But I always made sure, you know, in regards to that, each one of my kids, when they graduated high school, they each one stepped foot on the campus that August after they graduated. And each one of them, at least as long as they was in school handling their business, it was paid for. But at the same time, they had to know, hey, you go to school, you get the cut in class, and grades ain't looking right. I can't finance that. I will step away. You gonna have to figure it out. And some of them had to make, you know, they had to find out the hard way. Like mom and pops was real about what they said, because I'm doing you a disservice if I'm steady pumping money into into your dream and you ain't holding up your end of the bargain. So they understood that. They found themselves. I have to say, all my kids, they're responsible. Nobody's been to jail. Nobody. I think only maybe one of them's only had a speeding ticket. They're pretty clean cut kids, but they always know. And my wife's the enforcer in the house. They always know if you bull corner, we're gonna keep it 100 with you. You may not like what you hear, but it's gonna be the truth. Because we lied to you, it's gonna be a disservice to you. So they can come back home, if they have to. Everybody left when they felt like they was ready. And my son, he's the only one left here now. So I'm like, he's a roommate. I see him when he go to work and when he come home. So for the most part, he does his thing. He don't get in the way. He pulls it in of the bargain and stuff like that. So yeah, the whole notion of kicking your kids out at 18. I figure the only time a kid gets kicked out when they're 18 is if they just bad, disrespectful.
Jake, you was asking for it.
I'm about to say the same thing. I got it.
It's a one night. How you pull that off?
Oh snap! I can't park here. I'm gonna just park here.
Can't park here neither.
Can't park here.
But yeah, that's my topic tonight, man. The floor is y'all. It just jolted my mind in something that was heavy on my heart to discuss. Cause I was just curious what other people thought.
Oh no, I definitely loved it, man. It relates, man. You know what I'm saying? To not only our lives, but shout out to everybody tuning in. Definitely it relates to your life as well. You know what I'm saying? And for as much unity as we give, we just would hope that the rest of the world would give the same. You know what I'm saying? That's to be continued. Yeah, but definitely something great to kick off with. Appreciate that. And the knowledge I did not have, in terms of that name, Weston, what's it called? Weston.
Civilization.
Western civilization. I've heard of it, not in the case of that way. You know what I'm saying? May have been. They took a lot. It's crazy because I think when I was in middle school, they kind of taught that, and then that was probably the last time I taught that. I think social studies turned into I think it turned into like humanities.
Humanities?
Yes.
What the fuck is that? Humanities.
They try they look like two. Yeah. I won't even get into it, man. But yeah, man. You know what I'm saying? Like to this that way, man. You know what I'm saying? Woo, man. I wish I could have stayed on my mom.
I was 3 kids into the public school system before I realized that they weren't even teaching cursive writing at schools anymore.
Oh, the South is crazy.
And they told me, I'm like, what? I said, well, that explains why you can't sign your damn name right. Everything looks like print.
Yeah, that's wild. They still do that up here. They teach cursive. At least they.
Yeah, I'm like,
I don't know.
Hey, I remember penmanship. You was a boss or a loser based on your penmanship.
Hey, you with more of the younger group now than I am too. So
I don't believe they do. I'm matter of fact, I got you. I'm gonna take my my group of middle school kids.
See if they
And I'm
got
gonna
it.
actually ask them tomorrow. I'm gonna have a paper and I'm gonna.
We got a middle school.
Homework assignment.
Matter of fact, we got a middle school in here. Is my sister still here? The Kayla, if you still here, are they teaching cursive?
Those kids. This dude right here. Shout out to you, Rock 'em up.
Can't bring some people nowhere.
They gave me a ticket at 10 p.m. and I didn't go back to the car at 1:30, and the cop was sitting there writing another ticket.
He waiting on his ass. They was switch shifts and everything.
We was in the bushes waiting for him. That's crazy.
Jake, what you went to a bar or something?
You know, they don't even like, I would probably say last year, maybe beginning of last year, maybe the end of 2021. I set my 3 kids down and I showed them how to do budgets and how to balance their check because they had no idea. I'm like, they don't teach that in school anymore. I'm like, that's crazy.
Oh yeah, they don't teach no life skills, none.
Man, last time I learned that in school was junior achievers.
Man, that was.
And that was grade school. Like everything you literally learn yourself and being smart to the book. You know what I'm saying?
They did those kids a disservice when they started taking trades practices out of schools. Like I remember we had cosmetology in school, we had welding, wood making, automotive, because everybody's not gonna go to college. Everybody's not gonna go to the to the military. You might want to learn a trade, you know, especially you start seeing with these certified like technicians for electricity, the electricians, the plumbers, that makes some damn good money, man.
No,
nobody knows about it.
No, there's trade schools here, you know what I'm saying? Not in terms of like what I feel like that should be is school. All schools should hold something regardless. Even if you're a vocational school, you have vocational stuff, but in all schools you be having some type of class like that. You know what I'm saying? And when
I was in school, it was on campus. Like especially for cosmetology. When they got done in high school, they came out of high school. They had their license already.
Oh, that's crazy.
They started working right away. Automotive, they had their the certifications that they needed. It was like they were prepared. Right. We had FFA, Future Farmers of America. They came out. They was ready to get agricultural jobs. They were prepped and ready to go.
That's
and they
crazy.
stripped it out of school. I heard they're trying to slowly implement it back. It never should have got taken out in the first place.
There's a few schools in Boston like that. Like the Madison has the automotive program.
They got a nice
yeah. But there's only a few schools like that. They're not all like that. Most schools just
like
give
that.
you basic.
That's what the problem is. But they're slowly trying to smooth it back. And, you know what I'm saying? And shout out to those guys that are taking those jobs and getting those jobs. You know what I'm saying? You know, learning how to do it. You know what I'm saying? A lot of them will learn how to do it, you know what I'm saying, off the plate. You know what I'm saying? There's no experience. But they're giving people the opportunity to, you know what I'm saying, learn. That's great too. But definitely need a lot more of that. Especially
that's pretty cool right there.
Here in Cincy, to go to high school for freshman and sophomore year, then you can branch off to trade school for junior and senior year and get your license for trade while finishing high school.
That's wonderful. Yeah, that's wonderful right there.
We need that for sure.
That's why we have and this was crazy because we have a workforce. There's got to be a shortage in those particular fields, but they're not paying the people. You know, it's good money, like I said, but based on what's out there, are they really paying them their value, or is all the money tied up into executives, advertising,
that's always the case,
and stuff like that?
Yeah, that's always
a shortage. It's a shortage of workers as far as skilled labor.
Definitely. You know what I'm saying? And as long as, like I said, and I just noted, like, as long as people, like, oh, snap, a lot of people are working trades now and all that. As long as you get people like, oh, snap, they can get people to work and go in there, they can keep it just like that. Just like what you said, where the executives, everybody's getting the cream. And, hey, I'm getting paid this. And some people have never seen a check like that in their life.
Right.
So getting that check is like, cool, I'm making enough. You know, but like you said, are they getting paid well enough? For sometimes, you know, I mean, depending on what time you wake up, 4, 5, 6, 7 in the morning, damn, all day, you know. So,
man, that's This is good talk here, man. This is
this
life
topic
lessons.
This topic can bounce into many other things. You know what I'm saying? You dodge budget too. In 2023, this started, man. So you know what I'm saying? For anybody that doesn't, you know what I'm saying, know how to make a budget, or anybody having problems with a budget as well, how do you guys, you know what I'm saying? I won't say budget your money and all that, because you know what I'm saying, it's your business, you know what I'm saying. But what advice would you give young people today, you know what I'm saying, how to budget?
You definitely have to sit down. You got to look at what you got coming in, obviously, versus what you got going out, and you got to stay in those parameters. You got to save, even if it's just $50 a paycheck. You never know when you're gonna need it, and on a rainy day. A lot of times I feel like, especially when I found out they didn't know how to write checks and balance checkbooks, they just swipe the card, and they had this mentality: I just keep swiping, I keep buying stuff. But then you don't find out till either your card get declined or you log into your app and you check your account like, oh snap, I'm spending my bill money. So you got to be able to, a good practice for me is I still do my budget sheet, and I try to pay cash as much as possible. I'll take out, I got this X amount of money for cash for me, for entertainment or to spend on other things, stuff like that. And I keep that separate from my responsibilities. So I know as long as I'm looking at this cash, I know I got this that I can afford to utilize for something else besides living expenses.
The problem with cash everything is then you're not really building credit, which you need credit to get stuff in this world. Yep. So they really play a game with you.
They force you.
Yeah.
They force you.
They back you into a corner. It's crazy.
Yes, it's either like, oh snap, you're like, kind of like the people like, I don't want a big account. You know what I'm saying? I just want to spend straight cash. I want to live that lifestyle. And then like you said, oh yeah, man, hey, the next part of being a boss and you know what I'm saying, act like you're tricking if you got it. You know what I'm saying? It's getting that credit now. Getting that crib now and all that. Now you want to buy a house and get all that, buy a car, but you don't got no credit. So, if you ain't got nobody that you can necessarily get somebody to write you off, you got to fight for that too. So then, like Will said, then they get you. And
at some point in time, you're going to need some credit because you can have an AC unit goes off. You might need a car because you're probably tired of buying cash cars all the time. You might have some medical stuff going on. It can be anything where you may not have that that fluid income to make it liquid. So you gotta get something on credit. So I agree with y'all. At some point in time, you do have to have some type of established credit. And the one thing I've always had trouble with, even when I was a kid, is I ain't gonna single nobody out, but y'all can read between the lines. Your child should not be 8, 9, 10 years old and got bills already in their name.
Yeah.
I've seen it, and it always, even to this day, I just cringe when I see them. Like, man, you're doing your kid a disservice. If life was easy as some people perceived it to be, then everybody would be successful in life. Mm-hmm. Life is hard. Don't make it harder for yourself and your offspring by being irresponsible. You can't be doing that, man.
Disgrace.
I did see one of these vines though. Oh, not vines. Look at that.
Do it for the vine, baby.
I saw one of these reels. It was like people working on credit. They do say put like a bill or something, like certain things in your child's name young, something that you can pay off, because that helps build their credit for when they get older. But like you putting the cable bill in because yours is maxed out, it's not the way to go.
You put the cable bill in when they talking about it's $100 for the first year, and then you could have paid $100, but now you don't know and read the bill that it's only for 1 year, and now it's only for $149, and now your child's name, and you only could pay $136 in this. And now they shutting your cable off. Hold on, 3 bills in. Now Xfinity and Comcast, we got 3 months in. They let you not pay for 3 months, and then that's the thing too. That's the kicker. You don't pay for the 3 months, but then hold on. Now you got a $600 bill.
I think I heard, and I'm pretty sure Kyrie talks about it. In his KSC group, you should put your kids down as authorized users on your your credit and bank accounts because it helps establish credit with them as well.
Yeah.
But but like you say though, if you're gonna do it, it gotta be something you can pay off, but don't do it and then you turn up Junior's credit. His credit now bad as yours.
No,
Then you're on to the second and third kid, or how many children you have.
It should be a luxury. It should be a luxury for the child, not a bailout for you.
Yes.
Right.
There you go. There you go.
Luxury. And I say this, perfect example. These kids nowadays want everything. Kids want to know this, to know that, and know that. And the way you can kind of build their credit is teaching them, like, you know what I'm saying, to, hey, I'll buy this for you, you know what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, by you being good, doing good in school and behaving and doing all that, you're paying your services back. So that when you do want something now, again, you got that. But not in the money sense. But in the world of you got that money sense because you're paying for it. And some people are paying with credit cards in the sense with that. Trying to build their empire. You know what I'm saying? And you build your empire with your children. So yeah, it's another thing, you know what I'm saying, for parents to, to go about in regards to that. It all works hand in hand. My grandpa taught my dad, and my dad passed to me. What's the point of working if you don't pay yourself first? So when I get paid, I put some money in the savings account and don't touch it. Then pay bills. Then whatever left is grocery money, man. Hey, man. Groceries too, man. It's like I said, this topic, and this is a good topic, you know what I'm saying? Because it pings on the other thing, man. Groceries, man. You know what I'm saying? Like the world of groceries, man. You go into a grocery store now and it's like, woo. You got to pick certain grocery stores to go to, but some people can't choose. Some people have favorites. You know what I'm saying? Some people are picky when it comes to stores. You want to go to your Whole Foods and your fresh vegetables, fresh fruit stores, and things like that, man.
Some hoods have food deserts where they don't have a grocery store there.
Exactly. You know what I'm saying? So, and then some places, you got to, like you said, you got to travel cities over if you want to see a grocery store.
So it ain't just going getting the milk and the eggs. You gotta get the milk and the eggs, and you gotta pay for gas or public transportation. So that's adding to your bill.
Adds up, man. Definitely, man. So that grocery thing really got me because that's the thing too in this world, man. It's food. You know what I'm saying? The way people eat and why people eat that way. You know what I'm saying? Because some people ain't accessible to having money to buy groceries, but then your money and your budget, especially if you're living by yourself, you have to pick groceries in that budget.
And why is healthy food so expensive, but the trash food is dirt cheap?
I wondered that I used to wonder that when I was like 10, 11 years old. I used to wonder that when I was 10, 11 years old. Like, and then I started seeing commercials about it, and I'm just sitting here like, it is true. Like, you go to Burger King and get a 4-for-4 deal and get the crappiest food in the world, but that's what we know as kids. That's what we were eating. Then you go, Whole Foods, and it's like, woo, $17 for a salad that's gone in 4 minutes. Hope I enjoyed it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I can dig it. You got yourself a topic yet, too? If not, then
I don't got a topic because this is so banging. And I do have a topic, but anything that I have tonight, I don't know about you, but anything that I have tonight, it just goes out of context, and
it pales in comparison to what we're talking. Yeah, it pales in comparison.
I'm buying on this artist and that, man. You gotta buy food stamps for people. I gotta see somebody got food stamps for me. Like,
I like that 2-for-1 hustle.
all day. You know
hey, Jake, real quick. A lot of people fall asleep on that Big K brand, man. Kroger's has the best cereal, man. They cereal tastes just like the private label. I will drive to Kroger just to get cereal.
Right? Nah. Don't sleep on those don't sleep on the non-Nike cereals and all that. No, real. And sometimes some of those got a little extra sweetening in their flavor, which I'm like more. You know what I'm saying? Because the main thing in cereal, and everybody knows, is sugar. That's what gets you addicted, and along with the name or whatever you like. So I'm not mad at you, man. But hey, man, groceries definitely crazy as it becomes more and more. You in 1999 you would have a million things and you felt like you spent nothing. Now in 2023 you get 4 items and you spent $55.
Easy. You ain't really saving money kicking it home no more. It's the same price it is E9.
Definitely.
What you got for us, Will? Bless us, man. Bless us.
It's not gonna be as that was a great combo right there. This is just something that I enjoy, but it's a weird situation. One of my favorite shows of all time, Rick and Morty, is gonna have a little problem. We got some problems.
What?
So the main voice, Justin Roiland, who does
Okay.
Rick and Morty's voice, he's done, man. Domestic case. They
He
done.
get canceled, huh?
Oh, he done. And there's some other stuff that happened too that other people are talking about that is not looking good. Like basically he can't get charged for the other stuff you're talking about, but it's such a bad look that he ain't coming back from none of this.
Wow.
None of this. So he Cartoon Network already cut ties with him and are looking to hire replacements for both of his the two main voices and amongst the many other voices as well. And
he does Rick and Morty. It's not even gonna be the same.
I know, that's what's killing me, man. It's killing me. Yeah, can't get charged yet. We don't know if you're gonna get charged for that other stuff. Some of it was just rumors, and I don't know how much of it was true. It seemed like one of those situations where something comes out about somebody, and then like a snowball of things started coming out about him too. So we don't know what's what yet, but we definitely know he's actively being charged for the domestic violence thing. So that's what we can definitely like be sure of.
I'm reading it now.
Not good. None of it's all bad, fellas. It's all bad. It is all bad.
It's all bad, definitely. NBC was first reporting news that Rolian was charged with 1 count of domestic battery with corporal injury and 1 count of false imprisonment by menace, violence, fraud, or dissent in Orange County based on an alleged 2020 incident with an unnamed Jane Doe that Rolian was dating. Rolian has pled not guilty in 2020, also released on $50,000 bond. Several pre-trial hearings have already occurred. And April 27th is the next time you'll see him in the courthouse. But his attorney says the case has been inaccurate. And Wilbur added, to be clear, not only is Justin innocent, but we also have every expectation that this matter is on course to be dismissed once the district attorney's office has completed its meteorological review of the evidence. Man, so yeah, that's a tough break, man. Because Rick and Morty, shout out to my man Josh, loves that show to death.
That's my show. Man.
That's my show, man.
One of my favorite shows ever.
A lot of people love that, man. And hey, y'all just screaming at like a new voiceover? What? Like, y'all not even happy that the show still may go on. You're like, what? If this is not that playover, I might not want to watch it. This is devastating.
He's so ingrained into the voices of the show. When I first heard this news, I'm like, oh, well, the show's done. That's it. But now they really talk about trying to recast these voices, and I'm wondering what everybody think about it. It's not going to have the same feel to it, man. I've even seen, like, they've done like little side projects where they give the IP to like Japanese writers and let them have fun with it, and like it's never the same. Like it's cool, the little adventures they go on, and the art's all different, so that's cool to look at and everything. But it's not the same without them voices, man. I don't know what's gonna happen, man.
I always say, man, nothing's better than the original. Nothing.
Right. So it's gonna be interesting to see how they move forward with this, but.
Now, I mean, Adult Swim, obviously Cartoon Network, is that their highest gross show?
That's a good question. I actually don't know. I feel like it has to be. I don't know what else people were tuning in nonstop to see on there, unless it's reruns of other great shows like South Park or something like that. But Lewis hating as usual. It's been going downhill anyways. Debatable. It's still been great. I will say that whenever a new season comes out, you're picking a few episodes out from the season that stand out versus season 1 and 2 and 3. Even they were pretty much all bangers every episode. But yeah,
a 70 show deal that premiered started in 2017, and they still in that deal.
Yeah. I believe, because they've only done 4 seasons since then, or 3 seasons.
Yeah, and that's definitely bad.
They was already starting to work on season 7 already when this came out.
Yeah, so
I'm looking
10 seasons and there's only 5 out.
It was the highest rated show.
Yeah, okay.
Rick and
Yeah,
Morty.
highest rated
Rick
show.
and Morty, Attack on Titan.
It could be the demise of Cartoon Network, man. If this
Cartoon Network will survive. They'll survive. They'll survive.
Cartoon.
Yeah, cartoons will survive.
Little throwback there.
Like Nick, like no bull, like Nick is Nick, but Cartoon Network has survived the times. I thought Nick had got knocked off a couple of times, but you still got SpongeBob. So is that one show that's on there that keeps it, I feel, rolling. That's what I mean about it, man. They're still gonna be on there, still gonna have their networking, but that show right there kind of would take people away from even turning to it, as much as they do because of certain shows that come on.
Yeah, it's yeah, I just wanted to bring it up. Like, I didn't know if everybody knew, but this is a crazy news for.
Well, I seen something today in regards to Rick and Morty, but I didn't know it was that. I would have bet it is.
I had no idea, man.
That's what it is.
Swung it on us.
I'm surprised that Josh hasn't messaged me or called me talking about it. Though he knows I don't care, he will call me.
Probably depressed if he likes the show much as I do.
Cutting away, Josh cutting his t-shirts and all that way. I bought him a Rick and Morty cup for Christmas a couple Christmases ago. Hopefully he doesn't throw it, away.
Lewis said they signed for 10 seasons.
Yeah, rough.
Facebook,
like
that's my boy Wes. What's up, Wes Biden? What's up, fam?
Sounds like a John Gruden deal going wrong.
Yeah, real early in the deal. Yeah,
damn,
no bueno. Not
with them shit cartoons they put out. Cartoon
That's that Holly weird, man.
Adult Swim is saving them. Adult Swim been saving them since the late 90s. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, bring back Dexter's Laboratory, Courage the Cowardly Dog, and you can't bring back none of those shows. You know why? Because this world will not allow it. The Me Too movement.
There's a lot of those that can't survive. Although, with that being said, like that whole movement should have all that stuff should have canceled out Rick and Morty because they be wilding.
Right.
Don't get Lewis started. Don't get Lewis started on the incest jokes.
For the reason why it should have been never the case in the first place. And hey, man, that's on them, man. Potentially ruining the show. I mean, the show is gonna probably go on anyway, but it'd be interesting to see now with the voiceovers and all that different stuff that's gonna happen. Or do they stand off on the episodes while homies go on to do his case?
Nah, looks like they're gonna just go as planned. Nah. Show's too big.
I saw that they put out an official statement today at 4:15. Adult Swim has ended its association with Justin Rowland. Rick and Morty will continue. The talented and dedicated crew are hard at work on season 7.
God damn. The crazy thing is everybody thought that if something was to go wrong with this show, it would be with the writer, Harmon, because he is a maniac. He is a self-proclaimed piece of shit, is what he calls himself. He says as a human being, he's terrible. So everybody thought it was going to be him that got the show canceled. And it turns out, nope. Justin Roiland, the voice.
That's crazy, man.
Yeah, it's wild, man. So I do look forward, though, to see, like, maybe they cast it well enough that, yeah, we notice a difference, but it's not so bad that we can't handle it. As long as the writing remains the same, like the good writing.
It's got to. The timing's got to be the same.
The timing, all of that, yeah.
Yeah. It can't be too noticeable. And y'all mentioned, I think somebody mentioned Courage the Cowardly Dog.
Courage the Cowardly Dog, yep.
I saw the crossover that they did with Scooby-Doo this weekend.
Did they?
Yeah.
That's crazy.
It was weird watching it, but I enjoyed it.
I can imagine.
You have your Scooby snacks before here?
No.
Speaking of Scooby snacks, that show Velma looks trash. It's a cartoon.
I haven't checked it out yet.
Yeah, there's no Scooby in it. I didn't realize it was going to be animated and no Scooby. The two main things that I guess everyone already knew about it. I didn't.
Yeah,
and then I found out.
No watch for tea.
All set.
Whether it's on release, I think it's on the second episode. I think.
Yeah, I think so. It's on HBO, so HBO Max.
Yeah, I might check it out just to check it out, but I expect to be thoroughly disappointed because it had, like you said, it has not had great reviews.
They got Black Shaggy. I ain't mad at that, but they doing a lot. Mindy Kaling trying to change the whole world that they live in. So
you can't be messing up a classic, man.
Nah, you can't do that.
And somebody said something about what we talking about earlier. Shit, I'm drawing a blank now. It'll come back to me.
Yeah,
It was something funny. It'll come back to me.
We'll run back to it. But yeah, man, just thought it was an interesting situation with one of my favorite shows, and I know a favorite show of a lot of people.
Got it.
Who was it?
So you talked about cancel culture now and what's acceptable, what's not acceptable.
Mm-hmm.
I read an article yesterday where a group, they're in the UK, they're based in the UK.
Mm-hmm.
They got a social media presence. They tried to recant it after they got some backlash, but they tried to cancel Aretha Franklin's Natural Woman.
Yeah, no, it's crazy, man. We spoke on this.
From 1968.
Yes, they tried to cancel Frosty, you know what I'm saying, and Rudolph, you know what I'm saying, because of conflicts of what they are. Like this group that keeps bringing up from the UK, like, I want to meet this group. Like, what? I seen that yesterday, and I'm sitting here like,
nah, they're gonna make me go to jail. They're gonna say something like, y'all.
Hold on, like in this world nowadays, it's not the purpose of this world, man. It's all naturally like, come on. Silliness.
They tried to who was it? Let me see. They tried to cancel Sean Connery like as he died, like right after he died. Cause he was always for shit that he said like way back in the day, because he had
that was acceptable at the time.
Maybe it's kind of like
it's on the edge.
It's on the edge. Look, it was always on the edge. Okay, look. The actions of which he was partaking or talking about partaking in, definitely more acceptable back in the day. Talking about it publicly the way he was, I don't know if that was ever the way to go, but he was just talking. But he had been talking about like sometimes you got to lay a firm hand on a woman, and like, but he said it like publicly to like a talk show host, and then like Oprah brought it up to him years later. And he was like, yeah, I may have been a little off key, but, you know, and he kind of doubled down, even though he backed off a little bit. And
right.
it never looked good for the man. But, yeah, they when he died, they were just like, nah, fuck him. He was hitting women. Like, I mean, was he?
Yeah.
I mean, he definitely said that he'd keep a firm hand with him, but it wasn't like he was out here just smacking bitches everywhere. Like, whatever, man. It was a whole thing, though. But I just thought, like, the whole cancel culture is... It's
got some value in some circumstances,
but it's an overcorrection.
Yes, it is.
It's like it's like things were so right that we're gonna go so far left now that like to balance it out. But like y'all didn't went all the way back around, and like it's not working.
Yeah, I can't. I try to ignore it mostly when I see it, but then sometimes I got to stop down. I just got to put my head in my hands and like, WTF.
Yeah, like what? At some point you got to throw your hands up. Like, what are we doing? Like, who is the benefit? Who are we benefiting here?
Okay, this is what we spending our time on.
Yeah, we got much.
Out of all the people in this world that've been canceled, which one shocks you? It's got to be one that you're like, absolutely not.
Pepe Le Pew, man.
Pepe Le Pew. I gotta disagree with that one. Because I was a child. Even as a child, I was like, he's a little aggressive, is all I'm saying. Like, no, Pepe Le Pew sexually, he was sexually aggressive. Like,
he was a predator.
Like, but don't mean yo Pepe.
How we know that's not how? No, he thought it was an actual female skunk. Could have been
Pepe. Look, man, no means no, bro. Like, you just you never really figured that out. No means no, man. Like Michael Bublé, what happened with him? What happened with Michael? I don't even know what happened with Michael.
Yo, what's going on with you?
What's up, Kawan?
What's going on with you? Straight out of Cali, straight out of Compton. Yeah, man, dog, man. Like, the cancel culture is blah, man. You know what I'm saying? Try to put your favorites, you know what I'm saying, on that list. You know what I'm saying? But
I think Bill Burr said it best in one of his recent specials. He was like, I think we got them all. He was like,
I love Bill Burr.
He was like, because like, he was like with the Me Too movement, he was like, I think we got them all. He was like, because when we first started hearing about these stories, they were outlandish. He was like, it was ridiculous. He was like, somebody whipped it out in front of a girl and like locked the door and like kept her in the room and like put it on her shoulder. And it was like, yeah, that was crazy. That lock them up. They deserve to be locked up. And it was like, now the ones we're hearing is like, the date didn't go well. He picked the wrong wine. And like somebody's getting canceled for that. He was just like, we going too far. I think we got them all. He's like, I think we should just move on now.
Oh, well, you know what they say, man. Once you open something up, it's hard to close it up.
Pandora
tube is out the toothpaste. The toothpaste.
Exactly.
I was looking at. I took a real quick glance at some left wing examples and right wing examples of cancel culture. On the left wing side, I got J.K. Rowling, Donald Trump, Joe Rogan, Roseanne Barr, and John Green. Is that Dr. Seuss?
John Green, I believe, is Dr. Seuss.
If I'm not mistaken.
Green.
And then on the right wing side, they have Colin Kaepernick, Ellen DeGeneres, the Dixie Chicks, Michael Moore, and what they call communist sympathizers.
It's crazy how Ellen fell into the demise, man. That's crazy.
Ellen was always she was always right
maybe not for me. Maybe not for me because I didn't watch it as much. You know, every time I did watch it, it seemed like everybody was enjoying themselves as if they was trying to flip Oprah for her. But I'm kind of happy that she got canned like that. You know what I'm saying? Because
hold on. Ellen got canceled for being Kobe. If we really think about it, like she was aggressive with her teammates.
Yeah, aggressive. Yeah,
she was telling.
Hold on. Everybody wait for a second. Like, what? White girl, Denver? You know what I'm saying? Like, you got to think for a second. Like,
she was telling people like, don't talk to me, don't look at me. I don't heard Kobe say that. Like, look how Kobe did Smush. Like, come on, man. She just basically got canceled for being Kobe. That's crazy.
Smush must be an NBA referee, so just pushing everybody in your face, man. After you call a foul, that ain't a foul.
Yeah, man.
Gonna be crazy, man. But
free Ellen, man. Free Ellen.
It was weird to me because I'm like, I didn't see anything wrong with her, and then as stuff started coming out about her, and then they eventually, the world did what they did. I'm just like, damn, shit.
Yeah, man.
Oh, she acting like Kobe. Damn, you should have kept her. You know what I'm saying?
That's what it was. She was aggressive with her coworkers. I mean, they said that it was a harsh work environment. That she was always yelling. She was tough on them, and that she would tell.
She's bringing that heat. We got perfection,
greatness. She wanted greatness, man.
In the time of the time that the show's on, that's when you make the cream at. You can entertain people.
Her name's on this show.
Of the day.
Right, her name tied to it, man. Like this ain't the show that like Ellen's on, or the show starring Ellen. No, this is the Ellen DeGeneres show. Maybe y'all gonna come correct, or y'all gonna get up off the set.
Maybe it's called outside the Christmas song. They said that song encouraged sexual harassment. Like, dude.
But like if you like read the lyrics of the song though, it's wild. It's another it's another Pepe Le Pew situation. Like no means no. Right.
Good thing that artists didn't live their lyrics like Robert Kelly. That is. Yeah.
Look, all I'm saying is some of this stuff. Like if you want to bring it up, it did deserve to be canceled. I just don't think you should bring it up. Like let it go. It's like
why on every video? You know why? Because they
ain't hurt nobody.
Young girls to have babies and do all this extra stuff. You know what I'm saying? So they could be under the 8 ball. That's why I wax on every radio station.
Oh, so time out. Who doesn't love a good WAP? Y'all need to chill. Like, what are we doing?
I ain't mad at it. I'm not mad at it.
Is it vulgar? Sure, but we had vulgar. Every generation had vulgar after like the 40s.
Yeah. And I remember being in like the 5th and 6th grade listening to 2 Live Crew.
Exactly.
So let me ask y'all this. Well, in particular, Will, because you're a Star Wars fan. What do you think about the council of Gina Carano?
Oh, that first of all, I mean, my initial response was it was crazy. She shouldn't have been canceled. And I'll be happy. I think you should be happy to know that they went back on that. She's back. I'm pretty sure she's back with the show.
Okay.
So
Okay.
so moving forward, they rectified the situation. Yeah, they canceled her for her beliefs. Like, you can't do that. Like, she can believe whatever she want to believe.
And when
Like,
it's something like is on an IG, I think, where she was comparing the current political climate to Nazi Germany.
Yeah, so yes, but the way she broke it down, it was just like, yo, she just means in
The
terms of like
propaganda.
the propaganda of everything, and like, yo, she wasn't wrong in how it was.
Exactly what it is.
Yeah, so like, yeah, they had to check themselves on that one. Disney's so squeaky clean, she shouldn't have been.
Hey, I liked on The Mandalorian though.
Yeah, she was straight on Mandalorian. She's not a great actress, but like for
Nah.
that role, she's a goon. Like,
Oh
that
yeah,
role, that role requires a goon, and she's definitely that. Look, she was believable as a badass because I know she used to whoop bitches' asses in real life. So, I mean, it was believable. But yeah, I didn't like when they canceled her, and I'm glad that they turned that back around, especially because Mandalorian. I can't wait for season 3.
March 1st.
Yeah, I believe so.
Absolutely.
You watch Last of Us yet? Any of y'all watch Last of Us yet?
Not yet. I know it's one episode. I got at least be 2 in before I started.
There's 2 now. So
there's 2 now. Okay.
Yep. And my God, the best. So remember we had the conversation about how sometimes like video games or comic books get adapted to live action and how they do it wrong sometimes. So one thing that they say that they do wrong is sometimes they make it too much alike. And then people are just like, well, you didn't change anything. And then the other thing is when they make it too different, where it's not alike at all. So you got to find that right balance. I think Last of Us has the perfect balance. First of all, they've given you a few scenes in the show already. I'm not going to spoil anything, but they're giving you a few scenes that are spot on, like direct pulls from the game, like mirror images of what you saw in the video game. So you get that like nostalgia. Oh shit, like that's that moment. I remember that moment. But they did something different out the gate. The one thing that The Last of Us never did, as great as the game as it was, they never gave you any background to the actual virus. They never explained why it happened. They never explained what exactly happened. You only know that shit spiraled out of control. It went down. And then now here we are 20 years later. Everyone just surviving it. They never really tell you what happened. In the show, they do. And they give you a legitimate like explanation, scientific explanation for why this could happen. And it's plausible. You know,
shout out to the production team of that because you mentioned that, and it's like were they already imagined of saving that to make something like that in years ago? It reminds me kind of like you know what I'm saying? They remade Fresh Prince of Bel-Air into Bel-Air series on what's it on Netflix?
Yeah, they changed the whole thing. Yeah,
they like kind of like you know that aspect, but in this aspect with the game and it turns to the show, yeah, man. You know to bring that extra in, you bring extra fans in, you bring the same room for you, and now they're like, whoa, there's another dimension of this shit.
Right. Jake, what anime character needs canceled? Oh, before I even get to Sanji, Hisoka from Hunter x Hunter. My man gotta go. He is a straight up pedophile, bro. Like. It's bad. And you know, if you watch Hunter x Hunter, you know, and I like the character because of how strong he was and everything, but my God, he gotta go. Also, the dude from hold on.
Salute.
Appreciate it. The dude from Sword Art. Because like there's basically damn near a rape scene at the end of that season. Yeah.
What?
Yeah. It's basically like
anime and all should be canceled.
Anime be wilding. Yeah, Sanji, man. Sanji's not good, bro. Like, Sanji got some issues. But I would say Hisoka for sure got to go. My man preying on kids. It's not good, man. It's not good. But there's a bunch of, like, anime got a lot of sexualization in it. Like, they really over sexualize a lot of their characters. That's one of the things that they get criticized for. Yeah,
anime be wild.
It is. It's like a common thing. Like,
anime been wilding, man. Anime been wilding, man. And you know, it's crazy that you know it has not been canceled. And hey, it's never gonna be canceled, man, because guys like Jake and Will, you know, keep your eyes open to it, man. But you know, the more that you guys keep talking about canceled, the government's gonna see this and they're gonna cancel it. Y'all gonna be mad.
Mm-mm. Too much money in that business.
Definitely, man. Hey, chopping it up tonight, man. Dog, no bull, man. Interesting topics, man. Ruled in, man. Felt like I got something done tonight, man. It was good to tell my daughter has to say the pillow. Yep, your daughter, man. You better talk to your daughter, man. You better tell her slow. Tell her as the best father you can be. I don't think you can have that anymore. And watch her cry, Daddy. What?
I'm
waiting for Chris. Yeah, waiting for Chris to show up in an episode. Show up in the episode at the pizza shop, like, so who you here to see?
What you have to see?
What you have to see?
Yeah.
No, you can have a slice. You can have a slice. Go ahead, but you're gonna be here a while.
Anime up there with Chris Hansen and Dateline.
I missed that show, man.
Yeah, he used to pull cards, man.
Well,
Yeah, they had him on a Rogan podcast. It was hilarious. Oh no, either Rogan or they had him on Flagrant with Schulte and them. Man, it was hilarious having him on the program because like he still tries to be politically correct, but they kept getting like shit out of him, like in terms of like some of the craziest things he's seen, and he was just like, yeah, man. But yeah, I think it was Flagrant 2. Chris Hansen was on Flagrant 2. If you ever want to listen to,
they asked about the Booty Warrior parody.
They got him on everything, bro. Like everything you can hear, everything you can think of that's out there that's funny, like tied to him. They talk about it, and he, like I said, he's one of those guys where like you throw a joke at him that's mad funny. He tried to just like process it, and what he puts out is still like politically correct. But they had him like leaning a few times where he couldn't even hide it. He couldn't he couldn't hide it. So yeah, man. Like if you ever listen to the Flagrant podcast, Schulte, he one of the best comments out. He know how to get things out of people, man. So
yeah.
But yeah, man, I'm about to go beat up on my friends in FIFA.
Definitely, man. So we gonna shout
out to everybody here, man.
We're gonna shout out the show. Shout out to everybody here that listened to us tonight, man. But we definitely things up tonight. We definitely got some interesting topics in, man. It's good to get a breezeway sometimes with sports. You know what I'm saying, especially with me and Lee's last couple of days been in terms of everybody that wants to communicate with us just wants to talk about the loss. You know what I'm saying? Will's kind of been in postseason mode for a minute now, so
my guy's been out. I just
you
see what I'm doing? I'm moved on.
Just leave that in there.
Shout out to the Miami Heat tonight for beating the Celtics tonight. Shout out to the Heat. Oh, actually, no bull. Shout out to man, no bull. I'm gonna throw the link. I'm gonna throw the link up in the group page later. Shout out to my man Shane Gary, man. You know what I'm saying? Running the Boston Marathon this year, man. On the Dawn for Peace team, man. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, for sure.
Looking for donations, man. Anything you can do. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna post the link up later, man. Great dude. Doing a great thing for a great cause. And it's actually exciting and surprising that my man Shane is running the marathon, man. And all the guys I'm thinking in the world, you want to run the marathon for a great cause, bro. I'm saluting with you, man. And, hoping that, everything is good in there, man, when it comes to that time, bro. So shout out to my man Shane.
Absolutely. One quick question: who here is anybody here like a fan of the horror genre, like just horror in general? If you are, I'm gonna post some links on my a link on my page to I got a friend who's really into horror writing, and if you could help support her, that'd be great. She's a great friend of mine, and but you don't have to, just whatever it is. We'll have from a distance could pass for a buck. No, it can't. You know what it is. You know what time it is. It's the same hat every time. It's Celtics. That's what we're doing.
This is compared to a Bucks hat. Hey, my hat's a Bucks hat.
That's the real thing.
That's the real thing right there. That's the Celtics hat right there, man.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So,
hey, Alley boy, better stop that. But yeah, man, seriously. Good night, sis. And yeah, man, I appreciate everybody who stopped in. I gotta say, it was real. I gotta stop being surprised by you folks. I realize we got some great folks in our chat, but you guys always seem to you ladies and gentlemen always seem to surprise me when I think maybe they're not gonna jump in on these topics necessarily. Y'all was all in every time we speak, man. Y'all be all in, man. I love every bit of that, man. That's just That's just beautiful, man.
You always giving people a hard time, man. You're not giving
Yeah. Nah,
boss man.
I know, baby. Come on, I know where to find you. We good. Don't worry about it.
We'll see you soon.
But yeah, man, I really do appreciate this this group, man. We got a great group of viewers, man, that come in and they really engage, and like at this point, it don't even matter what we talk about, man. Oh yeah, we got to get some card going, Jake. I got you. But did we go in on Josh Allen? We did not today. We probably should have.
We gonna go on him. We gonna go in on him. I got a show for everybody. A quick segment Thursday night because we definitely
Thursday. Okay, yeah, we pop in on Thursday. We can do that. I'm down.
He needs to get the same love that guy.
Oh, he getting the whippings.
He getting the same love that guy.
The whippings.
All the love.
Yeah, he getting that for sure. But yeah, man, like I said, I really appreciate our group. I appreciate you fellas for bringing me in, and this has been just, man, I just feel like I've been riding a wave ever since I got onto the show, man. This every week I'm looking forward to doing this. If I miss a show, I feel like something missing from my week. You know, like it don't feel good, like I feel off. So This has been a blessing, man. I appreciate it. We're gonna just keep going, man. Keep growing. I love this.
Shout out to Frankie, Jamie, Jay, Harry, the OG, Barry, the Caleb, Lewis, Wes, Lil Dude, LOL, Wow, and Kawan. We appreciate y'all hanging out with us tonight. If I missed anybody, that's on people I was able to capture. But you know how we like to do it around these here pots. But tomorrow, Wednesday night, number basketball show. You're definitely gonna want to tune into that. We're about 2 weeks away from the NBA trade deadline.
Yeah, it's gonna get
the trade.
hot stove it.
Yesterday, man. Shout out to my Lakers, man, for getting everything popping at the
Hachimura.
Man, he plays tonight, baby. Let's go. Give me a solid 10 against the Clippers.
My man sound like an anime character, Rui Hachimura.
But we appreciate y'all hanging out with us. Like, comment, share, subscribe.
All that.
Man, thank y'all very, very much. Until tomorrow, 7:30 sharp. Y'all have a great night. Appreciate you. I get one more in there. Out of here.